Well, hello everybody, welcome back to the Mega Farm Survival Challenge. I'm Hugz, and this is, of course, Farming Simulator 25. So, last time on the farm, we got ourselves a nice, big, new harvester. Absolutely amazing piece of machinery, which I plan to put to very, very good use today. Now, over the weekend, I got walloped with some snow. Some of you may have heard in the US, we had a bit of a big storm come through. So I did some major thinking about the farm, and I also took all of your votes into consideration from the previous episode. Thank you if you did vote. I do appreciate it very much. And I think that today we are going to kind of make our farm a little bit more efficient and focus more on our animal production. I really feel that animal production is going to be key for this challenge if we're really going to make it to a $10 million mega farm, and I want to start getting back into animals a little bit more. So the animal specifically that I have in mind is going to be goats. Yes, I have never done goats before. I've done sheep, and I believe the sheep are extremely similar, so we shouldn't have too much problem. Some things that I've learned from doing the sheep, meadows, yeah, they are extremely overpowered. Like very, very overpowered. The initial sheep area that we put down, they almost feed themselves with the meadow. I barely ever have to feed those guys. So I want to get some sheep barns down that are going to have goats in them, but they're going to have nice big meadow areas. That's going to let them feed themselves, and it's also going to let us throw a bunch more goats in there, and they're just going to be milking it up for us and giving us all that delicious milk. It sounds terrible, but it is what's going to happen. So there is that on the docket. Now, we do, of course, need money for that. So I've gone ahead and got our fields prepped for today. They're ready to go. I've got sorghum planted on this field right here. Let me just show you this guy right here. We're continuing with sorghum. Now this field over here that has a whole bunch of lime on it, we are going to be planting something different on here. I'm going to be putting barley on this field. Now the reason I'm doing barley is because the chickens, as insatiable as they are, they like barley the best. It creates the most food for the field size, and it's going to keep them fed for the longest. So that's kind of what we're going to do. This guy over here, some of this is going to be dedicated to the goats. So I'm thinking that perhaps if we go here, yeah, here we go. I love this view. I'm thinking perhaps this whole side of things over here is going to be dedicated to our new goat pens. So maybe 3, bam, 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 1, 2, 3, and they'll all have nice meadows that kind of take up this whole area right here. And then on this side, we're going to put grass, and that should keep everybody fed and healthy in the sheep and goat world. This whole field right here is going to be dedicated to... It's so crazy that these little guys right here, where are you? These little chickens need a giant field all for themselves. How nuts is that? When our sheep really, need no field. Almost, we barely have to feed them ever. It's just nuts to me. So that's kind of the plan. Now I've worked out a whole timetable here on what we got to do throughout the year. So June, we got to sell our soybeans from last year. September, we're going to be planting the barley, and we're also going to be harvesting the sorghum. Now, in terms of planting the barley, I do have my eye peeled for a new seeder. If I could find a better seeder, oh, that would be amazing. Last time I seeded this thing right here, it took forever. So that is definitely something that I am keeping my eye out for. After September, we're going on to November. We're going to sell a whole batch load of golden eggs. That should make us a pretty penny right there. And then we'll be right back to April, where it's time to sell the fabric and the wool. So that's kind of the plan for right now. Once we get all the way back around to April, that should give us all the operating capital we need in order to build our goat infrastructure and make things working around here. So, all right, I'm going to get to it. And I did all my chores for today, so really I can just, do my intro and go to sleep. That's what I plan to do. Let's go.
One eternity later.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have made it to June, and this is officially soybean selling month. Let's take a look here and see what we have in terms of soybeans anyway. It looks like we've got 22,904 liters of fresh, delicious soybean, and the price is going to be $2,024 bucks. Perfect. So where do we want to sell this stuff? Well, it's looking like Erlen Grat is going to be the place we want to sell, but I don't know if we want want to rent a train. It is $200 more per 1,000 liters. I'm not sure if we have quite enough to justify the cost though. So what we will do instead is we will sell it to Ye Olde Grain Mill. I don't think I've ever been to Ye Olde Grain Mill, and it's quite far away, 3,765 feet. Okay, well, I am going to have to interrupt our chickens' regularly scheduled feeding over here because we are going to need this guy right here, our tipper wagon. So let's hop in the old JCB, let's load up some soybeans, and let's see what we can get. And while I'm doing this, I actually completely forgot to show you guys some stuff. So I did make some changes to the farm while you weren't looking, and the changes were mostly cosmetic. I went through and I added some roads back in where we previously had curved this area. So I went through, I added roads. I also added a whole bunch of grass, and I just kind of did the same anywhere that looked like it didn't look like it fit. Over here, I added like some mud and stuff. So just some cool like aesthetic value that I thought like spruced the place up a little bit and made it look a little more believable. Like back here, for instance, we had just concrete. In fact, there's a little bit right there. May have to get rid of that. But now it's grass and there's like a little mud path back there. So I think that looks pretty cool. But let me go ahead and let's get some soybeans. There we go, 22,000 liters. I think we might be able to fit all of this in our tipper wagon right here. Would be nice if I only had to do one trip. And that is not the case. Okay, 19,600 liters is what we got. And oh boy, I may want to switch out tractors here. You know what? We're fine. We're fine. All right, off to the grain mill we go. Let's do this. All right, Ye Olde Grain Mill. Here we go. Man, this is some sort of massive operation here. Look at this thing. Giant warehouse of sorts. Where do I pull in? Okay, right there. That's where I pull in. That's pretty easy. Well, let's get her done. I am going to guess that maybe we'll get 25 max $30,000 off of this, but hey, let's go ahead and see. Oh man, that was way more than I thought. $40,796 bucks. That wasn't even all of our soy. Whoa, that was way more than I thought. Wow, it was so much more that I had to say it twice. How crazy is that? Okay, we've got a little bit more left. How much more do we have left? 3,304 liters. Not a ton, but I want to sell every little piece of that I can. That's really good money. Okay, wow. We may have to plant more soybeans, ladies and gentlemen. I was only expecting 25 grow. Okay, enough. Enough, Hugz. We're stupefied, I know. Okay, I am going to go pick up this last little load here, drop it off, and then, maybe we'll start hunting and checking out prices for a new seeder, perhaps. Okay, let's just get it done. Let's do it. All right, here's our last little bit of soybeans going out, and bam, another 6,800 bucks right there. That puts us at $57,746,000. Well, no, 57,746. Ooh, boy, words sometimes, right? Am I right? Am I right? Yeah, okay. Let's look at seeders real quick and just kind of see what we've got working with here. Anything used? No, nothing. Okay, so planters, we've got that covered. Seeders, let's take a look. Where's the one we currently have? This guy right here, the Phoenix 1000. It's been a bit of a disappointment. I used it once, it took forever. I'm kind of ready to move on from this guy right here. I may have to use it one more time for the barley though. Oh boy. Okay, if we could though, I would much rather have perhaps this Bednar right here. The Omega, is that Infinity? The Omega Infinity 6000 FL. That thing looks pretty good. And it does direct drilling. That's a benefit right there. We could even go bigger. Something like this, the Solitaire 12. That looks pretty good. And it's a massive 12-meter wingspan. Holy cow, that is huge. The size of this thing, I think, would more than make up for having to cultivate. So it also goes 9 miles an hour. That's lightning fast. Let's look at this thing. It's big. It's blue. It's everything that we want. Man. Oh boy. What to do, what to do. Let's see, if I were to sell the other one. So I'm thinking of this in terms of like September. That's when we have to next plant our barley. So if I could get this before then, that would be absolutely smashing. If not, what I may do, I could lease it and just completely get rid of the other one and use this one from like the start. How much is it to lease this thing? 8,450. Okay, I'd much rather buy it. than waste $8,400 leasing it. Okay, let's not do that. What are the chances, though, that I'm going to have $165,000 by the time September rolls around? Don't think we're gonna get there. You know what? I may just use the other piece of equipment until we can afford this thing outright after like the whole year comes and goes. So, all right. Well, like I said, our next big thing is gonna be September. That's going to be when we plant our barley and we harvest our sorghum. So I've got a whole bunch of farm chores to do. You know, I gotta water the greenhouses, collect the wool, collect the eggs, do the whole shebang. So I'm going to get busy, started on that, and I will see you guys in September when it's time to do some more fun and exciting things.
2,000 years later.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have successfully made it to September. The farm has survived, not only survived, but thrived. Unfortunately, did realize I made a really silly mistake.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
So, as you can see, our sorghum behind us, it's nice and fully grown. It's got this weird cattail corn shape going on, but I did forget to do something to our sorghum field. Oh, man, so silly of me. So, we only got 50% fertilized on this guy. I still can't believe all the excitement. I just kind of missed it, and then by the time I realized it was already too late, then the crop was grown far enough that if I did drive across the field, I would have destroyed a whole bunch of stuff. So, yeah, oh man, tell me there's weeds as well? What? Man, I am just horrible at this, guys. Okay, future note. Pay more attention when you're doing your fields. So that is going to have to be a thing. So this is going to be probably not a great harvest, unfortunately, but we are going to get to use our new harvester, which is quite exciting. So there is that at least. We'll get to do this. And I do also have to plant barley on that field over there. Ooh, boy. Okay. So plan is, I'm going to have an AI worker plant the barley. He's going to be using this tractor right here. Now, I do have to get a little bit of seeds going for this thing. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and change this to barley. Beautiful. I do believe I have some seeds in here. I think I do. I'm pretty sure those are seeds right there. Let's take a quick look right here. Pallet seeds. Yes, we absolutely have seeds. So let me pop a couple of these suckers out of here. And we've got this little guy. I know I've got at least one more than this guy. All right, that should be plenty. Wait, is there another one too? Do I see three or do my eyes deceive me? Let me look one more time. No, okay, that's it. So, yeah, this should be plenty of seeds for us to work through this field right here. Just got to get it all loaded up. I think this guy actually might not even hold this many seeds. Or maybe I'm wrong. Okay, clearly I'm wrong. So, we've got 30%. What? What am I even saying? 37% full on the seeder here. Let's go ahead and have this guy start doing his thing. All right, so he's going to take care of this field. What we're going to do is hop in this guy right here. Yeah, we're going to get to the exciting part, and we are going to go ahead and harvest our sorghum. Our not giant load of sorghum here, but it's going to be something. It's going to be enough to keep our chickens fed at least until our barley is ready to go. So, all right, cue the music. Let's do this. Oh man, this harvester is freaking awesome, guys. I love this thing. So A, it holds a ton, holds like 10,000 liters in this thing, and B, it's so much faster, so much faster. I also didn't remember getting straw out of this field last time. Maybe I set it to mulch it. That must be it. But either way, we did get a little bit of a decrease on the amount of sorghum that we harvested, but that's okay. Like I was saying, we're going to be switching over to barley soon, so this really just has to last us until the barley is good to go, which I think it will. We got 15,771 liters, I do believe. One thing I am noticing, the pipe on this guy, it's a little bit short for the header that we have, but there we go. We're good to go. Okay, so not quite 15,000, but it should be good to go. So I think with that guy over there doing his thing, he's going to be quite a while. He's got a lot of work left on that field. What I'm going to do is take this time that he's doing his stuff, and I'm going to get a whole bunch of chores done on the farm. We've got watering, we've got collecting to do of the wool and the eggs and all sorts of other things, plus all this straw on the ground now that I need to collect up and do something with. I think I do have some room in the hay barn over there. So for now, I'll probably just stuff it in there until it's a good time to sell. So yeah, that'll all take me a little bit of time, but the next big event for us is going to be in November. So November is egg selling time. I do expect a pretty good profit out of that because we do have a lot of chickens that eat a lot of food. And if they're not making me profit, then I'll be very upset.
Okay.
So that's going to be our next big step. And yeah, I think we're ready to go, baby. So I will see you guys in November. All right, November is upon us. It has been very, very busy on the farm, guys. There was so much work to do, and I got it all done. So our barley is growing very nicely. I did make sure, if we go here, to get 100% fertilization. I also did go through and we cleared out all the weeds. So we should be getting a very, very nice harvest on this field right here. The weeds got to medium. Hopefully that's not like a big deal. I don't think it is. I think it's only when they get to large that you really have issues, even if you put down herbicide and weed it and everything. So I think we caught it just in time. As you can see, we are going to get an 87% yield bonus on this, and we do have 100% fertilization. So we are good to go there. That's important because we're going to need this barley field to produce. Our chickens are, as always, insatiable. They're eating up all of our food. We don't have a ton of sorghum. Let's take a look here. We've only got 9,400 liters of sorghum left. Like, that's it. That's all we got. So we need a big time barley harvest if we're going to keep up with these guys. Now, being that it is November, if we go down here, let's go to ye olde egg prices. Where are ye olde? There they are. Okay, $2,536 is the max for November. This is peak selling season for eggs. So let's take a look and see where we're going to get our best price here. Oh man, Erlengrat again? Surely not. Well, the farmer's market, we know where that is. Bakery, we kind of know where that is. I don't know. Have I ever been to the bakery? I don't think I actually have, but it's looking like that's going to be the place we got to go. Certainly not doing the train. So let's see. Where is... Oh, all the way over there. Okay. Let me swap over to this guy right here. We're going to load up all of our eggs, and we're going to go do a nice big egg sale. Oh, and just look at them all sitting in here. We got wool, we got eggs, we got everything, and I still have to pull the eggs out of the actual chicken coop too. This is going to be a tremendous amount of eggs here. All right, just picked up the last of the eggs out of the chicken coop, and we've got 22,125 liters. Oh, and I also did do a sneaky little ninja cultivation on this field over here, just to get it ready for the goats and potentially grass that we're going to plant on there, whatever comes of it, so it's ready to go. But let's head on over to the bakery, and let's get some eggs sold, man. I'm ready for some money. Give it to me. Oh, I also did make sure that I didn't stack these super high, so hopefully we don't have any accidents where we flip the tractor. It was a setting in the auto load function. In fact, I'll just show you right here. So the third option, it says loading method layer. That's the one you want. The reason it keeps changing on me is because my screenshot key is insert. So that's why I keep flip-flopping, and maybe I should change that. Yeah, I'll have to look into that because it's quite inconvenient. Oh, look at this. Here we are. Bakery. Oh, that's perfect. What a beautiful place to put your drop-off point. This is the drop-off. Yes, it is. Oh, let's go, baby. 56,881. That's not bad at all. It's actually not as high as I thought it would be, but it's not terrible either. So 56,881. We can work with that. We're now at 100. What? I'm driving all over the road here. Jeez, come on, Hugz. All right. $136,322 bucks in the bank. We can definitely work with that. That's going to be a whole batch load of goats, but we're going to get even more, of course, because we got to sell our fabric and our wool and all the other stuff that we hoard over the winter. It's going out. Well, now that I'm back at the farm, basically all there is to do is to wait until April. So that's our big selling point. Obviously, there's tons of chores for me to do, so believe me, I will not be resting on my laurels. I've got a ton of work ahead of me, but we're going to have a big payoff here in a couple months, and then we can go ahead and start setting up our goats. I will see you guys in April. Okay, we made it to April, and as you can see behind me, we have a nice, good stockpile of wool going in our pallet storage. But I think what I'm going to do this time around, I'm not going to sell this wool unless we absolutely have to. I'm going to focus only on selling our fabric and see if that's enough to finance all of the sheep pens and everything that we're going to have to buy, along with all the goats that we're going to be getting along with those inevitably. What are we going to put in them? So yeah, I'm going to keep this in like strategic reserve. We'll keep it there. If we need it, we got it. We can always use it. It's not going to just rot away, but I would like to keep this just for down the road because I have a feeling we might want to invest in like some additional production with the wool, because right now we have the one spinnery. It's basically maxed out. We can't produce anymore with that thing. It would be great to get a second one online some point down the road. But for now, let's concentrate on the goats, shall we? So let me go. I'm going to jump in my wagon. Yeah, this one right here. Beautiful. We're going to jump in this guy. We're going to load up all our fabric, and we are going to go do a nice big sale. I'm expecting, I don't know, 150, 160, somewhere around there. So let's see if I'm on the mark. Alrighty, so we've got this whole row here, and then I think we've got like another 6 or so that we should be able to load up. It's, you know, it's kind of annoying that it doesn't just spit it right out. Okay, so we've got another 5 pallets waiting for us, but I got, oh, never mind. Never mind. Whew, okay, I guess that time it heard me. It heard my displeasure. All right, off to the farmer's market we go. Let's get this stuff sold.
A few inches later.
No! Why? Oh, can I go one episode without doing this? Really? Ugh. All right, got myself unstuck at least, but we made a giant mess in the road. Of course, I've got like a giant line of people waiting and watching me. Leave me alone.
2 hours later.
Finally, we made it to the farmer's market. Absolutely zero troubles along the way, too.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go ahead and just get this stuff sold. Okay, 167,000, well worth the hassle. I don't know, I need driving lessons or something. Whew, boy, okay. We now have $331,041 bucks in the bank. That should be a good amount of goat pens. Let's get back to the old farmaroo and let's see if we can figure out like the best course of action and where is going to be the best place to put things and whatnot. Oh, and look at that. We're back at the farm. Beautiful. Such a short trip to like everything on this side of the map. I love it. Okay. Oh, let's get a bird's eye view here real quick. So what I'm thinking is probably either going to be this edge right here or potentially this edge right here. One of these edges is super hilly. I got to like figure out which, you know what? They're both kind of hilly, aren't they? Yep, they definitely are both kind of hilly. Okay. I think I'm going to go with this side. Yeah, I'm going to go with that side. I don't know. I'm feeling it, man. And it kind of looks nice anyway, and there's hail damage there, so it'll work. Okay, let's go for pen number 1 right here, Street Barn. And I want to make sure that that is looking like that. Beautiful. And then I want to bring it not like too far south because I don't want to be messing up the road here. I kind of want to put it like right there. I'm thinking that will work. So 48,000 buckaroos, that's not bad at all. Do I want to customize the fence? Yes, I do, absolutely. All right, let me take a good look at this because the last couple times I tried to do this, nothing but disaster, nothing. Okay, I think I'm just gonna go straight out and kind of go to the edge, like right here. I'm thinking that'll be good right there, like right where this grass kind of ends. I can't even see the fence. Come on, man. All right, nice and straight. We want it level. Let's go right there. That'll do. And then we're gonna take it all the way over if we can. Beautiful. Right over to here and bam. No. What? Why? Delete last segment. H. Oh, come on. Why are you not snapping? Snap, I said. That is not snapped. What is happening here? Why does this happen? Oh, man. Okay, you know what? Let's do it a little further back like here, and then maybe you'll... Yes, there we go. Okay, so it just is very weird. Very, very weird how it does that. But there's our first one done. I need to make sure I have enough room over this way. And let's take a look at how the ground is looking. Okay, it's not terrible. It's not terrible at all. So now I've got pretty much like a benchmark and a place where I can make this like all look the same almost. And I'm thinking right here, I want to do 3 of these in total. So we'll go 1, 2, and then a third over here. So let's get it right there. Customize, absolutely. And then we'll just try and keep everything the same. All right, I'm going to go through. I'm going to set up the other 2. And hopefully I got the spacing right. And we could fit lots and lots of goats in there. We shall find out. All right, I think that's pretty good. I went through and I got rid of any like weird field that was left over here. But now all we've got is 3 beautiful goat pens. And then this all here, I'm going to plant with grass. Now, if you remember, we were having like major grass overload with just these 3 barns over here. So I'm thinking that this may be like the perfect amount of grass right here to literally take care of all of these animals. At least I hope so. Now, I do also have a thing going on here where this one is a little bit smaller than these 2, but I'm okay with that. What we got to do now, though, I need to check out and see how I did, how many animals I can get fit in here. Because if I can get 36 or more, I think that's the best. Like 40, really, 35. Okay. Ah, man, I was hoping for more than 35. Ooh, boy, we've got some things going on here. I got to smooth some ground out here. How about you? 35. I could have swore that like the field area I put was bigger and this one only 32. Okay, well, that'll be fine though. It'll give us a good amount. Our biggest sheep pen is over there. It holds 36 sheep and that thing basically maxes out on wool every 2 months. So we should be getting somewhat similar performance from those 2 and a little bit less on this guy right here, which I'm perfectly fine with. Now, meadow. Let's take a look here. Go to you. And we want to look for the empty sheep barns. Beautiful, right here. So, oh man, it doesn't tell me how much meadow we can put in there. Okay, well, I got to fill these guys up with hay, but the meadow should populate by next month. So I'm going to go ahead and wait 1 month, and then we're going to buy some goats, man. Let's do it. Okay, it is May. I just went ahead and gave our each pen the required amount of food. Let's go ahead and take a look. So 11,500 of that one, and it looks like they're all the same. So they each seem to have gotten about 3,500 meadow, except for this one. This one's 2,500. Quite disappointing. 1,000 liters less. If we look at the other pens, the Steinschaf really had like a tiny meadow. That one's been fine. These guys, chickens, I don't care about you right now. Get out of here. These are the other guys. They have about a 3,600 liter meadow, and these are the ones like I almost never have to feed. So I think we hit it right on the money with the meadow size for the most part. This barn here is like, I don't know what to do with that one. It's got no meadow at all. It's kind of annoying me, but we are now ready to go ahead and introduce some goats into our ecosystem here. So we'll start with this one on the far corner. What do we want to put in here? Are there multiple types of goats? Let's see. I guess no, there is not. Everything is sheep except for these guys down here. So when do puberty is 8 months? Perfect. That's exactly what I was trying to find out. We could fit 35 in here. That's going to cost us 18,000. I'm not going to mess around. I'm just going to max out each of these barns like right from the get-go, and we'll be like beautiful, and I don't know what I'm even trying to say here. Just ignore that. Okay, but there we go. Whoa, whoa. What do you got going on here? You got horns and you got udders. Beautiful. And a tail that sticks straight up. I love it. So we have a couple different colors here. Ooh, we've got white, we've got gray, and we've got brown. And this one's got a beard. Wait a second. Do female goats have beards? That's crazy. What are these, dwarves or goats? I don't know. All right, I'm gonna go through. Let's go ahead and get the other ones filled up as well. So these guys should be making for us delicious goat milk, which I'm very excited for. 35 in this one. Bam. Let's go through and do our last one as well. And then we can officially say, yeah, the farm has been like invaded by goats. It's quite amazing. 32 in there. And we still have over 100 grand left in the bank. We are going to have so much money for the next episode, guys. And that's actually good because there's some things that I plan on doing. But we now, can I do this? Whoa. I want to turn around so bad. No. Okay. Whatever. We now have goats on our farm. We're goated. This is amazing. We've got, how many do we have? 3, 6, 9. We've got over 100 goats. That's a lot of goats, man. Hopefully the grass that we're going to be planting pretty soon here will be enough to feed our goats and our sheep. And our barley will take care of our chickens. And then our animal farm is essentially up and running to the max. This is amazing. Oh, I absolutely love animals so much. If you ask me, animals are the way to go. If you're doing any sort of run, it's just like free passive income, except for cows. Cows are a different story. But the goats, the sheep, chickens, the goats and the sheep definitely though. So I would highly suggest you guys get these on your farm if you can. I am super happy I have mine now, but guys, that is going to be it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a ton of fun making this episode. If you want to follow along, make sure you're subscribed, make sure you got notifications turned on, and of course, hit that like button if you enjoyed the episode. Leave me a comment down below, but as always, ladies and gentlemen, have yourself a beautiful day out there, and I will see each and every one of you on the next one.